Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are in fine fettle and safe staying at home. I heartily welcome you all to the English online session. I hope the videos which we send will be more useful for your better learning in 10th standard. So now let's get started with the first memory poem of the first unit, The Life by Henry van Dyke. Henry van Dyke was born on 1852 and he was an American author, poet, educator and clergyman. He served as a professor of English literature at Princeton University. He was elected to the American Academy of Arts and Letters and received many other honors. And he passed away in 1933. This poem is a very simple poem and it is a sonnet. Sonnet means a poem which has 14 lines, and this poem is divided into 2 stanzas, 8 and 6 lines respectively. The first stanza consists of 8 lines and is known as octave, and the second stanza consists of 6 lines and it is known as sestet. Students, now I'm going to read you out the entire memory poem Life. So let me start now. Let me but live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul, not hurrying to, not turning from the goal, not mourning for the things that disappear in the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future waits, but with a whole and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. The next stanza. So let the way wind up the hill or down, oil, rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. Still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure and a crown. My heart will keep the courage of the quest and hope the road's last turn will be the best. Now we shall see the glossary of this poem. The first one is mourning. Mourning means feeling or expressing great sadness. Not completely happy. Being in sad is called mourning. Next one, veils. Veils mean to cover or to hide something. You cannot see clearly from one side to the other. That is called veils, completely covered with something. Next one, crown. You know that very well. Crown is a position or a prize offered for being the best. Fourth one, quest. Searching for something which is very difficult to do so. Okay? Searching for something. The last one is unreluctant. Unreluctant means willing to do something in your life. Unreluctant, willing to do something. See the gist of the poem. The poet talks about the life. The poet says that life is an enjoyable journey. He emphasizes the importance of facing the life courageously. The poet advises the readers to focus towards the goal with courage and determination. He insists not to worry about the past and the unpredictable future. He just advises us to live the present moment of our life happily. Now let's see line by line. Let me but live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul. Here, the poet wished to live his life happily each and every moment with courage and confidence and with unreluctant soul. Here, unreluctant soul means willing to achieve something in his life. Not hurrying to, not turning from the goal. Here, the poet neither wants to be in a hurry and not to move away from his goals. Not mourning for the things that disappear. Here, mourning means sad. The poet advises that we should not worry for the things which we had lost in our past. nor holding back in fear from what the future waits, which means we should not be frightened for the unpredictable future. And happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. These two lines represents instead of being frightened, we have to travel our life with cheer from our young age till our old age. Coming to the second stanza, so let the way wind up the hill or down, or a rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. The poet says that our journey may be very risky over up the hill or down or even rough or smooth, but we should journey with joy. Still seeking what I sought when with a boy, new friendship, high adventure and a crown. Here the poet emphasizes that being young we should find new friendship and overcome adventures to be successful in our life. My heart will keep the courage of the quest and hope the road's last turn will be the best. Finally, the poet says that be happy to lead a peaceful and successful life and not to be in a hurry to reach our goal. The poet hopes that the decision what he takes in his life will give him only success and a bright future. Now we shall see the summary of the poem Life. Here, Henry Van Dyke is an optimist. Optimist means a positive thinker. He says life is an adventure to live, not to survive. So we have to live with so much of adventure. Instead, we should not live for being surviving. Surviving means to live. Okay? This poem brings in beautiful and inspiring thoughts to one. Be a child in aspiration and an adult in activation, he says. Aspiration means desire to do something higher. Okay? So being a child, you have to do something. You have to strive for something big. And an adult in activation means being an adult, you have to bring all your thoughts and dreams into an action. The poet says that life is not a mere survival entity but an audacious and adventurous experience, which means life is not a bed of roses. That is, life is full of challenges and is not like what you think. It is a combination of joys and sorrows. If you are very determined, dedicated and courageous towards your goal, surely you will succeed in your life. He says just to forget the past and not to worry about future. Enjoy the present and live the fearless youth and matured old age and jump into this life journey with a brimming face, which means he emphasized that we should not worry about the past and the future is unpredictable and we never know what is going to happen in our future. So the present moment is very precious. The poet advises us to travel in a very cheerful way, which means he wants to lead a very happy life. Let it rain or shine, we must accept what life has given us, for they are the twine of hope that help us to go up and as well as to grow up. In life, we have to face all the challenges and we have to keep moving ahead. Either we may be very happy or we may be very sad. We have to accept all the difficulties, all the obstacles in life, and we have to keep moving towards the goal. During difficulties, just rejoice our childhood memories and keep moving ahead. Faith moves mountain and determination dwells into deep heaven, and hence be confident that even the curved last or last bend of our life journey would fetch only the best. This means in our life we may face many big problems and obstacles, but we should face it with confidence and determination and with cheerful attitude. We should enjoy our life every moment like a boy
hoping for a better future ahead. Now, children, we shall see the textual questions, that is, the appreciation questions of the poem Life. First, let me read out the questions and we shall discuss the answer which is given below. Let me but live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul. The first question is, whom does the word me refer to? Here, me refers to the poet only. So who is the poet, children? Henry van Dyke. So Henry van Dyke is the poet and me refer to. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What kind of life does the poet want to lead? The answer for the above question is, the poet wants to lead a life facing every year with courage and willingness to do anything, which means the poet really wants to live a life facing every challenges with courage and determination, and he's willing to do anything in his life. Now we shall move on to the next question. Question number 2 is, not hurrying to, not turning from the goal, not mourning from the things that disappear. The first question, why do you think the poet is not in a hurry? The answer is, the poet does not want to do anything in haste, as he is determined to work towards reaching his goal. Which means here the poet is very clear that his work should not be in a hurry. He don't want to do any work in a hurry-burry. He wants to reach his goal patiently with determination. Now let's see subdivision B. What should one not mourn for? Mourn means feeling sad. Okay. What should one not mourn for? The answer is, one should not mourn for the things that disappear in the past. Whichever we have lost in our past, we should not feel for it. We should forget about it and keep going ahead. Let's move on to the third question. In the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future wails, but with a full and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. The first question, what does the poet mean by the phrase in the dim past? Okay, so in the dim past is a phrase. What does the poet mean about it? The answer is, the poet means that the past was very dull and glum. The dim past means very dull and glum. Glum means sad and upset. Moving to the second question B, is the poet afraid of future? The answer, no, the poet isn't afraid of future, because the poet is very bold enough to face his future. He is not at all afraid of his future. Moving to the third question, how can one travel on with cheer? The answer, one can travel cheerfully with a happy heart. So we should travel our life with a happy heart and cheerfully. Let's move on to the fourth question. So, let the way wind up the hill or down, or air, rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. Still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure and a crown. So these are the poetic lines given in this appreciation question. The first question is, how is the way of life? The answer, the way of life is rough or smooth. Here, the poet emphasizes that life may have either rough or smooth also. Going to the second question, how should be the journey of life? What does a poet says about the journey of life? The journey of life should be joyful. It should not be sorrow. It should be joyful. Moving to the third question, see, what did the poet seek as a boy? So being a boy, what he is searching for? The answer, the poet as a boy sought new friendship, high adventure and a crown. He needs new friendship in his life, some adventures, thrilling experiences, and achievements in his life. Now, moving to the last question. My heart will keep the courage of the quest and hope the road's last turn will be the best. So, these are the poetic lines given in this question. Let's see question number 8. What kind of quest does the poet seek here? I have already mentioned what is quest. Quest in the sense search for something. So what kind of search the poet seek here? The answer, the quest sought here by the poet is a courageous heart. He seeks for a courageous and brave heart. Moving to the question B. What is the poet's hope? Okay, what does the poet hopefully seek for his future? The answer, the poet hopes that the end journey in life will be the best to cherish. So, throughout his journey, the end of the journey will give him the best and crown. So, this is all about the appreciation questions of the poem One Life.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum students. Today we shall see the figure of speech of the poem Life. The figure of speech is a form of expression used to convey meaning by comparing or identifying, and it is commonly used in poems. Let's see the various poetic devices used in this poem Life. First one, simile. It is a comparison between two different things directly, using the word as like. Metaphor. It is also compared between two things indirectly without as like. In a poetic line, if two or more words starting with the same consonant sound, then it is alliteration. Next, contrast, otherwise called oxymoron. In a poetic line, two words has opposite meaning, then it is contrast. Next, personification. Here, inanimate objects are portrayed as a living thing. Students, you can expect this figure of speech, otherwise called as poetic device, in question number 35 according to public pattern. Now let's see the rhyming scheme and rhyming words of the first four lines. We should use a pattern for the rhyming scheme. Ear, disappear, ye ye, soul, goal, BP. So, A, B, B, A. The similarity of sounds in the words at the end of each line of a verse is called rhyming words. Ear, disappear, soul, goal are the rhyming word. Metaphor. In the dim past, past is compared to dim indirectly. Dim means sad, so it is metaphor. As I said you already, two adjacent words have opposite meaning. Youth, age, up, down, rough, smooth or contrast. Here, forward, pace, happy, heart, still, seeking, has same consonant word, so alliteration. Hope you understand the poetic device of poem 1. Thank you.